Hi Sophia, thank you for stopping by. So here is the video that some of you have been waiting for. I asked on my Instagram and on another video on YouTube that you give me questions that you'd like to ask, but please make them adult, make them fun. It's a get to know me, but the adult versions. So the questions were not that many, so I'll just start in no particular order. And if I did not get your question, it's probably mixed in with whatever I'm going to answer today. So the first question, the two questions that were very, very popular, like I got a lot on the same question. One is, have you had anal? Which the answer is no. No, I've not had anal. I would love to though. Last year I wanted to try it with someone who had an average dick, you know, not too big, not too small, but it didn't work out. So no, I've never, but who knows? This year, crossing fingers, yeah? What's your body count? Also, yeah, this was also another very popular one because I am in an open relationship. People are very curious on how many men I've slept with. I have slept with 20 plus men. And I'm not really ashamed of saying it. Like it's not such a big issue. People make it such a big topic and it really shouldn't be. So I used to like have a black book and like write everyone that I've slept with. But I stopped doing that about 2015 or 2016, I'm not sure. So when I got to 20, I was like, you know what, what's the point? So yeah, 20 plus, I really don't know the number at this point. What age did you lose virginity and how was it? I lost my virginity a month to my 22nd birthday. Shocking, I know. To some people that's too late and to some people that's too early, but yeah. So I was 21, almost 22. I was first year in uni. I was first year. It was with a guy who really did not mean crap to me. So basically, my friend and I, Sandra, sorry Sandra, I have to drag you into this, but my friend and I, we were both virgins by then, and you were like, the stories that we heard was you don't want the guy who breaks your virginity to be someone who, or the guy who you have sex with for the first time to be someone that you really, really love, because then when they break your heart, it's going to be really bad and blah, blah, blah. So everyone was advising the same thing. Like, whoever you have sex with is going to like tie you for the rest of your life. And me and her, we were gangster, and we still are, I believe. I mean, we've been broken down quite a few times by life, but we're still gangster. So we're like, personally, I was like, I'm gonna find a guy who really doesn't mean anything to me. Honestly, I don't even remember his name. Was it Henry or something? Henry or Joe? Joe, Peter, honestly, I don't even remember his name. If I'm to meet him on the street to tapitana to, I don't really remember him. So, and I found him online. So he was just a guy that I just wanted to get it over with, someone who I didn't really have a relation with, because I didn't want to get my heart broken. Ha 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 ha! That will have to happen. Getting your heart broken is like, and I spoke about it on my previous video, so go watch that. But it's like chickenpox. You will have to get your heart broken. So it may not be with the first guy that you have sex with, but at some point it has to happen. So brace yourselves, ladies. Brace yourselves. The next one is what's your take on sex toys? If you know me, you already know I am an advocate of sex toys. If you want to know where to buy in Kenya, I'm going to leave a link of the video that I did with Zara. Zara is she runs 69 vibration. So yes. Is losing virginity painful? Yeah, this is also another one. I don't know who my audience is, but they seem to be mostly virgins for some reason, because this was also I also got a lot of this. I think it depends. For me, it wasn't really painful. I think it's the anxiety, maybe. If you're doing it for the first time, it's the anxiety. So your vagina kind of just clenches because you're very not sure. But I think if you have a guy who prepares you well, make sure you have lots of lube. I don't think it's gonna be that painful or painful at all. To me, honestly, it wasn't painful. It was just uncomfortable in terms of I was just nervous. But yeah, painful, no. Was there blood? For me, yes. For me, there was blood. But I hear that with some people, there's no blood, which is absolutely fine. you can, there may be blood, there may not be blood. And it's not like period blood. It's not like a lot of blood. It's like just a spot or two. Have you dated an older man? Yes, sir, I have. I have dated an older man. How old? No, I don't want to get into that, but old enough. Let's just say old enough. Have you dated a married guy? Yes and no. Yes, in terms of I've had sex with a married guy, but have I dated a married guy? No, not really dating. Have you had sex with a girl? Oh, this actually I got a few of as well. No, I've never had sex with a girl. Surprise, surprise. Never had sex with a girl. I've also never kissed a girl. I know. I seem to be so out there, but all these things I've never done, my God. I've come close to kissing a girl. I don't want to say who it was, but let's just say I was in Cape Town and she was a former Miss South Africa and we were working on a project together. And she's one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen, actually. I won't get much into that. Almost happened, but it did not. Do you miss acting? I do. I've come to realize that I do. Now that I have all this downtime because of quarantine, I've been getting lots of projects. I don't know why, but I'm starting to feel like, because acting was like my side hustle. When I started the Grace Cup, acting became my side hustle. But now I feel like it's slowly coming back to being my main one. I don't know, but yeah, I do miss it. Do you masturbate? Do you shower? I mean, the answer is yes. The answer is yes, I do masturbate. Does size matter? Oh, mama, no. When I came to my 30s, I realized all these things that women have been telling us about size is bullshit. Size does not matter. And it's very common for men with big dicks. Most of them just tend to lie there because they think, oh, I have a big dick, so the dick will just do everything for me. No, Baba, that is... fuck. My phone is ringing. 1 second. And we are back. So as I was saying, no, size does not matter. What matters is the skill that the guy has. I've had guys with such average dicks, but to me, those were the best. Those are the best. Plus, if you have such a big dick, it's quite uncomfortable. Sometimes it can be painful. Like in my experience, the guy that I truly, truly like, the guy that probably I'll get married to. I don't know. We'll see. His dick is so big, and I'm not like saying that in a bragging way. I'm saying that in a kind of a scared or disappointed way, and he also knows it. Like sometimes sex with him is great, but sometimes it can get a bit painful. When it comes to anal, I already told him, I'm like, hey, Baba, that one, no, I am never having anal with you, utanirarua. You know, you're just gonna tear me up. I mean, if just having regular sex with him can get a bit uncomfortable, then how about anal? You know, so no, like. Big dicks, those big dicks it's not as fun as you think. And for people who've experienced it, please let me know in the comment section. Like you'd rather I don't want a tiny dick, because I've also had a guy with a tiny dick. And when I'm saying tiny, I mean like I'm not exaggerating. This guy was like Kilema, I swear. He should be getting disability checks. His dick was so tiny that when he's not hard, you can't see his dick. You only see balls. That is how tiny that dick was. I'm not talking about that. That I do not want. Also, on the other end of the spectrum, the too big, it's uncomfortable, is not nice. So you just want someone who's somewhere there, somewhere in the middle. So let's continue. Are you dating? Yes. As you already know, I am a serial dater. I date several men at the same time. So the answer is yes, I'm dating. Your period lasts, a period question. Your period lasts 3 to 4 days. Your period lasts 3 to 4 days average. Have you had one that lasted longer? Yes, I have, and this happened a few years ago when I first started using the pill. So I was taking Yasmin, but the thing is, I wasn't taking it as prescribed, because you're supposed to take it if it's morning, if it's morning, you consistently take it in the morning, or you consistently take it in the evening. But with me, I was like, the day I remember, I take it. The day I don't remember, that's it. Screw it. Yeah, it messed my hormones so bad. So bad. And the good thing was I had a gynecologist. I still have, and that's why I keep encouraging women to always have a gynecologist. When it comes to contraceptives, you can just get your friends can talk to you about it, but the average the final decision, you really have to go to a gynecologist to advise you on this. So I went back to my doctor. By then he was called Dr. Frank. He was at AAR, and he was the one who put me on that pill. And then I told him what was happening. He's like, have you been taking it consistently, blah blah blah? I was like, no. Where that doctor, and by then I was around 23. I was around 23 years old. That doctor almost smacked my face. He was so mad. He was so angry. He was like, Abby, I will take you off these pills if you're not going to be taking them consistently. Because it's like, they're hormonal. So you can't just be taking them like popcorns just anytime you want. You have to take them. If you're committing to it, you have to commit to it. So since then, I've never really... I started using the pills correctly, but then after that, I think when I moved to Cape Town, I stopped taking the pill. But yeah, so it really messed my period in terms of I spotted for a whole month. Like every day I wake up, there's a bit of blood on my underwear. So yeah, I have had it for a whole month, and I was actually slightly anemic because of it, because of losing so much blood. Because it looks like it's a drop, but it's actually a lot of blood that you're losing if you count the 30 days that you're losing it. The next question is, do you miss Cape Town? Only when I breathe. Only when I breathe. What's your type? Caucasian. Have you tried BDSM? No. Oh, well, I can't say it was really BDSM. I think the closest that I've come to BDSM was with a guy that I was with in Cape Town, the big dick guy. And he had cuffs. So he tied me up and everything. The sex was great. Then after we'd both come, we were just lying there, we realized he had forgotten the key to the cuffs in his house. Yes, that was what had happened. So, of course I was pissed. So I had to lie there. Something is in my eye, sorry. So I had to lie there and wait for him to run to his home, which, thank God, it was just a few blocks away from my house. So he had to rush to his house, his apartment, and go get the keys and come back. All this while, I'm just lying there, just waiting for him to go get the keys. But yeah, that's I think the closest to BDSM that I've done. So I've not been that extreme because I don't really like pain. So yeah. Then the final one is your best sex story. Haha! So this story, if you're a close friend of mine, you've definitely heard this story because I keep telling everyone. So we're in Cape Town with another guy, and then there was a sex party, and we'd both never been to one. So we rocked up. Let me put this down because I'm done with the questions. So we go to this place. It was outside of Cape Town. We drive to the place. It's this huge mansion by some rich old guy. We go in, and then he has screens everywhere and he's playing porn. So by the time we arrived, it was still a bit early. So guys were still very, like you don't know what's gonna happen. And then there was a lot of free alcohol flowing. There was a lot of weed and some other kind of drugs, just to loosen people up. And then we were there with my then guy. And the rule was, he also had different rooms. So there are different rooms where you could go and have sex. And the rule was, if you leave your door open, it means you can allow people to come in and watch, or even allow people to come in and join you. But if you close the door, it means you want privacy. So after a few hours, or maybe even a few minutes, I don't remember, guys just started having sex. Like there was just some chick just blowing like two guys, like at the same time. It was crazy. It was the kind of thing that you see in porn, but you never really see it like in person. So guys were just having sex everywhere, really. It was awesome. And then, of course, with all that happening, me and my guy got into the mood. Then we went to one of the rooms, and my guy was like, door open or closed? And at that point, I was just like, live your life, girl. YOLO. I was like, door open. So by then he was going down on me, as I recall. He was going down on me. I'd close my eyes, and then all of a sudden I feel like someone is like nibbling my ear. And I'm like, well, that's impossible. He can't be down there and on my ear at the same time. So I opened my eyes, I looked to the side, and all of a sudden, I swear there were more than 20 people seated, watching us. It was crazy. crazy. Then there was this old colored guy who was nibbling my ear, and then was like, may I join? And to be honest, I did not want him to join, so I asked my guy. I was like, ask him. So he asked my guy, and my guy was like, no. Like, my guy, he was just the type that could not share. That's why our open relationship could not work with him, because he was the possessive type. So he moved away. People are very respectful. So if you say no, no one forces himself on you. You just move away. If someone says no, move away. Someone says yes, you come in. So people are there, both men and women. They were there watching us having sex. And then, honestly, it was very, if you ask me, it was very, how can I describe it? I felt like we were just giving a performance. It wasn't like passionate the way it used to be, or it usually is with a guy. We just wanted people to see how amazing the sex is, plus it's sex between a white guy and a black woman, and I think that was the fascination. I'm not sure, but yeah, but people were watching, and to me, to date, it's still one of the most exciting things, like having like live porn kind of thing and giving people a show, a performance. So yeah, and then after that, they left after we finished, after he came, then everybody just stood up and left. And while we were walking down, now we were all dressed and walking down like the corridor, like guys were high-fiving, like guys were high-fiving him. Yeah, so yeah, that's my best sex story. That is my best sex story. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. If I did not answer your question for whatever reason, please leave it in the comment section, or just DM on my Instagram, on my @ebiweime DM, and then I've really loved answering these questions. I think I'll do a part 2. So if you have any questions, leave it there, and I will answer on my part 2. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're already at 6,000 subscribers, so let's keep raising that number higher, and I will see you next time. Okay. Oh, also, if you have any sex story, a good sex story, please leave it in the comments, or if you want to be anonymous, please just DM and I will read it. When I do a part 2 of my story, I will read your story in the next one. Okay. Bye.